In 2006, as a result of victory in the parliamentary elections, Hamas came to power in the Gaza Strip. The Islamic Resistance Movement, this is how the acronym is translated into English. It was founded back in 1987 by Sheikh Ahmed Yasin, a Palestinian priest. At the beginning of its existence, the organization published a charter in which it called for the destruction of Israel and the creation of an Islamic state on the territory of the so-called historical Palestine.
Hamas
controls this territory through two elements. The first element is charity. In fact, the entire territory of the Gaza Strip is funded by charitable organizations, receiving money there from various sources, mainly from Qatar, but not only. And the other is, of course, violence against those who actively disagree with the Hamas rule in this territory.
Huge quantities of weapons poured into Gaza after the death of Gaddafi. Then the arsenals with Soviet and French weapons in Liberia were looted, and some of the weapons ended up in the Gaza Strip through Egyptian territory.
Hamas prepared very well for this operation. The level of atrocity is very difficult to describe in words. They were coming to kill. They didn't even just go to kill, they ran cars over people. They set fire to cars, shot the car that was moving. They shot through the car with several bursts of machine guns. Then they came up, checked up, did a control shot in the head. They didn't spare anyone, from babies to the elderly.
They supply weapons to the Gaza Strip in several ways, experts say. In addition to smuggling through secret tunnels, weapons are brought by sea under the guise of humanitarian cargo. In addition, during the years of Hamas rule, the militants established their own production.
There are Kalashnikov assault rifles, hundreds of various modifications, by the way, products from Russia, the USSR, Iran, and even local production in Gaza. They received a license from the Russian Federation to create these guns in Gaza. That's the first point. Then literally thousands and thousands of hand grenades, hundreds of different grenade launchers, literally a range Russian or Soviet-made or equivalent Iranian weapons.
Hamas has a significant arsenal of explosive mines, heavy machine guns, rockets and drones. Since October 7, 2023, about 9,500 rockets have been fired into Israel from the Gaza Strip. Among those who help Hamas with financing and arms supplies are Iran, Russia and North Korea.
Starting from the 50s and 60s, the Soviet Union and then Russia after it rose terrorist organizations all over the world. And this is an alliance of terrorist organizations. By the way, we are talking about Hamas, but we forget that there is also the Islamic Jihad and the Palestine Liberation Army and other smaller organizations, including ISIS cells. They are all connected through Iran, which finances them and naturally promotes the transfer of weapons to them.
Israel claims that Hamas is placing command centers in hospitals, kindergartens and schools, saying that hostages are also being held there.
It's very important to say that Hamas doesn't have military bases. It's a well-organized army, well-trained militants who are hiding all their infrastructure in civilian places. We find launchers, rockets in orphanages, explosives in schools, machine guns in private apartments.
The European Union has condemned Hamas for using civilians as human shells. Brussels also called on Israel to show maximum restraint to protect the civilian population of the Gaza Strip. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Larisa Zubenko, UATV News.